Champion Hurdle was the feature race on day one of the Cheltenham Festival, won by Golden Ace for Jeremy Scott and Lorcan Williams, a race full of incident. Constitution Hill, he crashed to the floor, 4 out, having come up out of Nico de Boinville's hands. He was chancy at the hurdle before that as well. His departure seemed to leave the race at the mercy of State Man, running a far better race in first-time cheek pieces. He breezed past Brighter Days Ahead going down the hill, turning in. Brighter Days Ahead, I'm convinced that this is not her track, although the connections did report she came back with a few problems. State Man went down to the final hurdle, had the race in the bag, and then inexplicably stepped at it, put Paul Townend on the turf. In the melee that followed, Brighter Days Ahead, who was trying to rally, got hampered. Golden Ace had been staying on best of those in behind, and she shot up the hill to give the connections a big day in the sun, and they need to be rewarded. They were in there, they took their chance. Plenty didn't, plenty dodged the Champion Hurdle. They didn't. They were brave. They paid the money. They took their chance and they got their day in the sunshine. What do they do with her next? Well, this season, she had a pretty muddling season last season. She started off in the Ascot Hurdle, didn't run all that well, didn't run desperately. Then went on to the Ralkir, which I thought was going to be her big race of the season. I thought that track and trip would really suit her. Again, she ran well enough, but I don't think she convinced with her stamina over that trip. Then she went to the Kingwell at Wincanton in the mud. She got that race won, but again didn't impress many of us, and then had her day in the sunshine at the Cheltenham Festival. But she did back that up. She went over to Punchestown at the end of the season, finished second behind State Man, ran a good race, got a bit outpaced, stayed on well in the closing stages. So the question remained, what do they do this year? Do they follow the same route as last year and campaign her over intermediate trips and then come back to a fast run Champion Hurdle? I think she's got to go there to try and defend her crown. I don't see why they wouldn't. Or do they go the 2 mile route? If I was them, I think I'd look at the 2 mile route. I think the novices coming into the 2 mile division have got questions to answer. Constitution Hill obviously has questions to answer over his jumping, having departed again at Aintree and then failed to really raise a gallop at Punchestown. So I would look to go maybe Fighting Fifth, Christmas Hurdle, the International Hurdle, those sort of races. I think there's certainly prize money to be won, if not races to be won with her. And then it'd be great to see her rock up at the Cheltenham Festival and try and defend her crown. As for the others, well, Constitution Hill, like I said, his jumping fell apart at the back end of last year. They've got to sort that out. He's clearly got some sort of physical issues that they're trying to get to the bottom of. He was pretty disappointing at the Punchestown Festival. And then the other one that's in there, Brighter Days Ahead, she's going to go over fences. She'll make hay, I'm sure, in novice chases in Ireland. I expect her to arrive at the Cheltenham Festival unbeaten. She'll be a short price for whichever race she goes, but I'll oppose her. I just cannot have her on this track. I don't think she's at home on the topography of Presby Park, so she's a horse to oppose at the Cheltenham Festival for me, but I expect her to win plenty of races in the meantime.